I don't like almost getting killed every time I'm trying to cross the street. Welcome to my very first Q&A ever. Warning, I did not get that many questions. I'm not that famous, but I did get a couple of questions. Some of them are kind of like about me, and some of them are mainly they're about China, living here and all of that. So I'm gonna answer them today. What do you study? At the moment, I'm doing MBA in luxury brand management, and I also have a bachelor degree in international business in Asia from Copenhagen Business School. And right now I'm studying at IFA Paris in Shanghai. What are your courses and are they in English? Yes, I study in English. My courses are... What are my courses? Good question. Branding, luxury concept, consumer behavior, anthropology of luxury, macro and micro of luxury environments. What else? I had seminars in hospitality, luxury watch and jewelry, gastronomy. Yeah, so I have a lot of interesting courses. I am really happy about my program. Are the universities in China very demanding, and is it hard to get in? Well, so my university, IFA Paris, is not a Chinese university. It's a French school, and they have a campus here in Shanghai and also one in Istanbul. So I cannot really tell you that because, well, I don't study at a Chinese university, but I did go to Fudan University before. I did 1 year of Chinese language program at Fudan University, which is probably the biggest university, and it's the best university in Shanghai and also one of the best in the country. And yes, in general, I think they are demanding. In general, the education system in China is quite demanding, but it's also quite different from Western education system. It's more about memorizing. They tend to have a lot more courses, they tend to spend a lot more time in school, but also at the same time I heard that apparently Chinese high schools tend to be more difficult than universities because, yeah, I don't really know why, but that's just something I heard. I know there are a lot of Chinese people watching, so if you agree, let me know and tell me why. Oh, and someone also asked if universities in China are good. So yes, there are definitely a lot of good universities in China. I know that Fudan that I went to is a very good university. They have good programs in English, and yeah, there are definitely a couple of very good universities in China. What's the name of the street that you always film? I cannot tell you that because it's obviously my own street, and that would be a little creepy if I would tell people of the internet where I live. But I mean, if you're asking because you think this street is cool, it's like, it's a very normal, average Shanghainese street. So you have streets like that like literally everywhere in Shanghai, so you don't have to come here to like, you know, get these things that I film. But actually I might be making a video about my street, but I'll probably make it and publish it when I move out because I mean, kind of creepy, you know, like, yeah. But I do really love my street. I think my street is like a little universe. Like you can literally just like stay here and get everything you need here. Like you don't even have to like go out, you know. But it's a pretty big street as well. But yeah, there probably will be a video coming up about my street because yeah, I do really love my street. Which of your semesters courses abroad have been the best one? So I did my first year of university here in Shanghai in China at Fudan University. Then I went back to Copenhagen where I did my bachelor's in international business in Asia. Then I also went to Bangkok to Chulalongkorn University. So I guess that's like the background of this question. It's impossible. I cannot choose. It's not happening. It's just like, it's like choosing your favorite child, you know, like they're different, they're all different. Every time I went abroad I had incredible, amazing, life-changing experience. The first time I went to Shanghai, when I came back I was like, oh, the best year of my life. But then I went to Bangkok and I was like, another best year of my life. And now I'm here in Shanghai and it's so different to the first time. First of all, it's different because Shanghai is changing so much. Then it's also different because I changed. I grew up. I was here when I just graduated high school, so I was much younger. And it's also very different because school is way more demanding. Back then I only studied Chinese, and yes, that was hard because we had like 20 hours of Chinese per week, which is quite intense. And Chinese program at Fudan, it was quite intense, but at the same time now I feel like, oh, sometimes school is just killing me. Yeah, we have a lot of assignments. Our classes are really long. They're 3 hours long, and then our classes are very small. We're only 10 people. So basically you have to participate all the time and you have to be present, and there's like no sleeping or whatever. Like if you haven't read, if you haven't done your homework, you cannot just go and notice. So yeah, it's way, with schoolwork it's way more intense, which I mean it's MBA, so it makes sense. But you know, the people are different as well. All people that I knew in Shanghai like 4 years ago, they all left Shanghai. We're all, I mean, foreign students, so everyone is gone. So it was basically like starting all over. And yeah, but back to your question, I can absolutely not choose. It's every single one of my experience was different, and every single one of my experience was so important to me and like made me who I am today. And where does your accent come from? My accent and we both come from Poland. Oh, this question is kind of similar. I mean, yeah, kind of. Which city do you prefer, Bangkok or Shanghai? Again, like choosing your favorite child. To be honest, if I absolutely had to choose, if I like had to choose, I would choose Shanghai. Shanghai is easier to live in, for me at least. It's just like a little bit more developed, meaning the infrastructure is like, you have sidewalks everywhere. The metro system is really good, even though taxi drivers can be annoying sometimes. Most of the time they're fine. And in Bangkok, taxi drivers, like, oh my god, like getting anywhere in Bangkok. Also, Bangkok's traffic, like, first of all, Bangkok doesn't have a very good metro, unfortunately. Sorry, Bangkok, it's not my fault, it's true. Then many streets don't even have sidewalks. In Bangkok, you really don't have this like walking culture. And also, it's freaking hot. But yeah, if I would absolutely have to choose, I would choose Shanghai because I find it easier to live here. Also, I'm just visually, I love, you know, the skyscrapers, the architecture in Shanghai, the Chinese characters, the lights, like it just, this city inspires me so much. I literally have new ideas of videos that I want to make like every single day. Every single day I'm like walking on my freaking street where I walk every single day, and I see new places where I would want to film or take a picture, and it's just, I just love this city so much. But with that being said, I do really love Bangkok as well. On one hand, I do not like the weather in Bangkok because it makes life harder. Like, I love walking, I love exploring cities, and that's something I really enjoy doing here in Shanghai. But in Bangkok, I felt like I couldn't really do it because it's always so hot and you're always like too hot to walk. But then on the other hand, you have this whole like tropical lifestyle. Like, I had palm trees in front of my window, and I had a pool, and like I would just wear a bikini all the time and summer clothes, and I really love that. Like, living in Bangkok really felt like being on vacation, and it really did me well. I really became more calm and relaxed in a good way. You know, when I came to Thailand, I used to get so annoyed at people because I always felt like they're so slow when they're walking on the sidewalk. They're like so slow, and I'm always so fast, and I would get irritated for no reason. You know, it's not a good thing to just walk around and be irritated all the time. And after a couple of months in Thailand, I noticed that Thailand had a really good influence on me. Like, I became way more, yeah, calm and relaxed and like in peace in a way, you know? And that's something I really miss, because in Shanghai, there are many good things I can say about Shanghai, but it's not a peaceful city for sure. Like, people are just like rushing, there are crowds, beeping, and actually, even though like I kind of want to live in Shanghai in the future as well, I also want to live in Bangkok in the future. I'm even thinking that Bangkok will be possibly the first place where I will try to find a job after graduating my MBA degree. So if you have a job for me in Bangkok, let me know. Oh, and also what's better about Bangkok is that location. Like, from Shanghai, you can travel in China, you can go to Japan and Korea, like, I mean, nearby. But from Bangkok, you can take 1 hour flight and you're either in North Thailand, like beautiful, or down South Thailand, the islands. You can go to Myanmar, you can go to Cambodia, Malaysia is so nearby, Bali is only 4 hours away. Like, the location of Bangkok is like literally perfect. Like, you know, you're in the middle of Southeast Asia, which I truly do love. And yeah, the travel opportunities are incredible. Is there anything that you don't like about living in China? I don't like almost getting killed every time I'm trying to cross the street, or people spitting. Oh, I hate when people spit. Like, I will never get used to it. Like, please stop spitting. Even if you're in a sidewalk, like every single day it happens that I have to like jump out of the way because someone is just like coming on their motorbike, and they're not just like driving, you know, they're like speeding on the sidewalk on their motorbikes, and often they're electric motorbikes, so you can't even hear them. So yeah, that's something I don't like about China. Have you gotten food poisoning in Shanghai? No, I never got food poisoning in Shanghai, and I eat street food a lot. so. What are the usual eating out food prices like? It's impossible. Like you can get literally the cheapest like street food meal would be 10 kwai. Average, I spend like 20 to 30 kwai on my lunch, and dinner. Very cheap dinner in a restaurant would be 50 kwai. On average, I would spend like up to 100 kwai. Shanghai is not cheap. If you think you're coming to Shanghai and you're gonna be a king, no, it's not that cheap. I mean, if you come from Europe, yes, it is cheaper. Some things are cheaper, like taxis, public transportation is really cheap. But food prices in Shanghai, whoa, like comparing to now and 4 years ago, it's like the prices just went down, went up. Like everything is getting expensive in Shanghai. Are there any unsafe neighborhoods in Shanghai? No. I honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, I never heard of an unsafe, dangerous neighborhood in Shanghai. It's pretty weird when you think about it from like Western perspective, I guess, because all our cities have unsafe, dangerous neighborhoods. But no, they don't have such a thing here. Like I honestly, like I think by now I would hear about it. So if you're like worried about finding an apartment here, like don't worry. If you're staying anywhere central-ish, like I stay, like I'm not central, like I'm not downtown, I'm like 10 kilometers from downtown, but it's still considered like in the central area of Shanghai. And everywhere like in this area it's completely fine. Like Shanghai is a very safe city. I always talk about it with my friends. We all talk about it, that it's so crazy like how safe we feel here. We feel safer here than we feel in Europe. Like I've never had any bad experience. With that being said, of course shit happens everywhere. I'm not saying that shit doesn't happen here, but yeah, in general it's a pretty safe city. Do you think that Chinese government will ban VPNs? No, I don't think they will ban VPNs, because that's something I kept hearing since I came here the first time 4 years ago, and still nothing happened. I don't think they'll ban VPNs, because imagine what that will do to all these foreign companies that are in China. Like, how are they gonna work, you know? It's like for Chinese economy, for the development of the country, I really do not think they will do that. Also, I don't know if it's even possible to ban VPN. Like maybe it is, but like, you know, the technology is changing so fast. I'm sure like they'll ban this, they'll come up with something else. I don't think that's something you should be worried about. What camera do you use? I use Canon G7X. Do you spend time with your classmates after uni? Yes, I do. All of my roommates are my classmates. Actually, we're 4 girls living together in this apartment, and 2 of them are my like classmates. They're in the same program, and one of them, Nina, which you have probably seen in my videos, she is in fashion business. But we have some courses, like for example, we had trend forecasting together. So yeah, and then there are a couple of others. Yeah, we all hang out together after classes. Like we're all really good friends, and yeah, we hang out together, we eat together, we party together, we travel together. What are your future plans? Well, just to give you a little sneak peek of what's coming up on this channel. So what's coming next? I have a lot of videos from Shanghai coming up, some videos from China. I went to Hangzhou. Is that it? Yeah, I went to Hangzhou. I might be going to Yellow Mountains this weekend. Oh, I went to Philippines twice actually. Once in December and once in January. So I have some fun videos coming up from Philippines. Most of the time I was either drunk or hungover. So I don't know how fun these videos gonna be for you, but hopefully I will manage to make them fun. I love how I said that it will be a short video and I've been talking for 20 minutes, but it's just something that happens to me a lot, so what can you do? Actually, someone just commented on my videos like, if you don't have anything to say, just don't say anything. I'm like, mate, always something to say, okay? Always something to say. Thank you for watching, and I see you soon.